Hello, everyone. It is April the 2nd. And so we are in day 2 of our journey. For those of you who have been watching episodes 1 and episodes 2, then you know that we are on a journey, not just a regular average journey, not just a healthcare, fitness journey, but a spiritual awakening journey, one where we are trying to evolve into our truest versions of self. And that, my friend, is particularly important. This morning, I had the opportunity to watch a TED Talk, and generally from time to time, I enjoy watching TED Talks because they provide so much information that generally that you don't take in, especially if you're not reading your 20 or so, 10, 20 books a year to absorb this information. TED Talks are another way to do it. And I shared that on my page earlier, and it's from Brené Brown, and it talks about the power of vulnerability. That's something that I really want to speak to today about. As we're going through this tumultuous time right now, a lot of us want to remain strong, and we want to canvas our feelings and appear to the masses or to everyone else that we're okay. And honestly, that may sound great, but in this time that we are in right now, what we're experiencing, we all need to be aware of how we feel and be okay with being vulnerable. And I know that takes a lot because in some let's see here, ethnicities, that's considered to be weak. But I am here to challenge you to be vulnerable and to understand that it takes courage to be vulnerable, but it also helps to transform us into our truest version of self. And so I think that a lot of times we equate vulnerability with shame or defeat or something that's terrible, but that's not true. I mean, right now with the pandemic that we are undergoing, we are all vulnerable. If you think about it from a physical sense, the COVID-19 has made us all kind of reassess how we do day-to-day business. I find myself that even if I have to remotely step outside for something, I carry around this small little, looks like an ink pen, but it has alcohol in it. Okay. And I'm spraying my hands just to make sure we're not as careless as we were in the past. I think that is a good thing. I think that allows us to do a lot of introspective thinking, a lot of self-reflection, so that we'll be able to say, you know what, maybe what I thought was right wasn't, or maybe there's another way to do this. This time has allowed us to sit back and figure out truly what works. Something else that I would like to just throw in there is the connectedness part. For myself, for the longest amount of time, and this is absolutely crazy, I have not wanted to get on video. I have not wanted to do a live. I probably only did 2 or 3 up until now because I was afraid. I don't know if it was shame, but I hate failure. I never want to fail at anything. And so I didn't know how that was going to translate to other people and whether anyone was going to watch it. But it came to me as we were going through these quarantine days that it doesn't matter whether thousands of people watch it or one person. Because as an educator, I know that my whole goal is if I can change one life, then I did my job. And so I've decided to take this podcast, IGTV, whatever you want to call it, episodes that I'm doing, the new normal. And this is my way to express how I'm feeling and how I can show you guys that I still want to stay connected to you, that we are all human, that we all believe, breathe, and love in exact same ways. I mean, we may title them something else, we may call them something else, but we all are human. And at the end of the day, we want to be happy with who we are. Because if we're not happy with who we are, then we can't be happy with anyone else. And if we take away anything from this time of being home, I'm calling this is the season of self-reflection. If we take anything away from this season of self-reflection, then I hope it is that we are better than we thought. Okay? We can do more than we thought. And it's time to challenge each other, to push the buttons, to step outside the box and to do the things that you've always dreamed of, or maybe you thought that you were afraid to do. Now is the time to do them. There's no better time. We have absolutely nothing to lose. I said that before. This 30 days is allowing us to be able to challenge ourselves beyond all limits. I'm sitting in my office and I'm looking, and I have my vision board up. Vision board, goal board, whatever you want to call it. I have it up. Problem is it says Ken Dacey's 2019 goals. It's 2020. It's time to update that, right? And so I was thinking, maybe I should just go ahead and redo my board. But there's a few things up there that stick out at me that I have actually accomplished in 2019 that I forgot about. Some of the things that I have up there is, just giving, behind the news, politics, government, she will be heard. So much yes. These are things that's particularly important to me, and I've had the opportunity over this last year to move into those realms and to meet some very interesting, prolific people who have shared so much information with me. And I think one of the reasons why I've been able to move through the different stages of my life the way that have is because I've had strong individuals around me who has poured into me. And I think that the only way that we're going to ensure that each generation continues going forward, particularly this generation that's coming up, is that we pour into them. And so let's again challenge each other as, people that's 35 and above. Let's challenge each other and say, hey, look, it is time for us to pour in each other. You may not want to go and talk to the young man that's standing on the corner with his pants hanging down, or you may not want to talk to the little girl who has on her booty shorts that's twerking. You may not want to go up to her and speak with her face to face. That's fine, okay? But you may be able to connect with her through a video where you're sharing parts of your life. And so here we are. Here's our time to shine and to show the world that our generation was a great generation, and we still are. And we are creating an even greater generation. So guys, as always, if no one told you that they love you today, I do. I am always sending love and light you guys' way. If you need anything, feel free to reach out to me. Make sure you're keeping up with what you're doing. Make sure you're journaling. Make sure if fitness is your thing, you're out and about enjoying this wonderful weather. If your spiritual journey is the thing, make sure you're increasing your walk with God. I know a lot of churches are having virtual Bible study, which is good. If you want to spend more time with your family, make sure you're spending time with your family. That's important. Just make sure you're going after those goals. And if you need someone to hold you accountable, I will, because I always need someone to hold me accountable. And that's why I have you guys. So have a fantastic day. And I cannot wait to see you guys on tomorrow, because tomorrow is Friday. All right, guys, take care.